Alright, so today we're going to cut out the Annette Handbag by Swoon Patterns. I'm using some prints from Miss Mac. One of my best friends ordered this custom, so we're going to use this for our main panel and this for the side pockets. I'm going to line it in purple, and then our accent vinyl is this really pretty purple glitter. It's called Grape Fizz. I think I have it. Nope, I don't have a sticker. It's the Grape Fizzy vinyl from More Me Now. So what I like to do is I like to lay my template pieces on what I am cutting out with it. I got my set of templates from that template shop, and I can link them too. So the base and the main side panels are going to be in my vinyl. Then the side pocket is going to be in my contrasting fabric. There are 2 foam pieces in the pattern, and then my main piece is going to be in my main print. And then once we cut those, we'll go over what gets cut in the waterproof canvas for the lining. I also have some measurements for other parts. I usually keep it on a post-it on there, but I've moved it so the measurements aren't in the video. I'm gonna cut these side pockets first. And this pattern is what made me want to get into bag making. I keep saying I want to make one for myself. I have not done it yet. Maybe someday. Until then, I'll just make the pretty bags for everyone else. Okay, so the pointy top is the top, and these lanterns go this way. Yes. Alright. Sometimes you just have to talk it out with yourself. Okay, looks like that didn't cut well enough, so I'm going to line this back up. There we go. Okay, so that's our first piece. You cut 2 of these. Oh boy, one of the cats is crying. What is it, bud? I think it's Donut. Yep, hey. So, the day I'm filming this is actually Donut's first birthday. Come here, bud. Oh, there goes my container. Come here. He's coming. I know, I just call him to my workspace, so I probably shouldn't, and then I'm frustrated when they're all over what I'm trying to make, but I love them. So, it's fine. Okay, I'm done with this print, so I'm going to put it away. Oh, Donut decided he wasn't coming up to the table. Okay. Now we put 2 of the main panel piece in our main print, and before I do that, I need to make a crossbody strap. Do I do it in this or that? Maybe I should get that back out and make the crossbody with it. I think that's what I'm going to do. We're improvising. So what I do is the way I keep my fabric folded, I can always make crossbody straps with the other end. Well, here he is. Hi, Donut. It's his birthday. I'll let him get away with it. And I'm going to do a 1-inch wide crossbody. So I'll need to cut 4 inches. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut about 4.5 inches up because this isn't words. It underneath isn't as long. So I'll just trim it down after I get this cut. Okay, now I really can put this away. I love folding my fabric and storing it this way. I have a video on how I do that, and then I have Amazon links for the comic book boards and these little clippies. Okay, so I'm going to flip this over and line up what I just cut evenly, and then I'm going to trim this down to that 4 inches. Securing the cat's tail so that it is out of the way. Do you like to play with this? Okay. I'm really ready to cut this piece now. So I'm going to fussy cut this piece because I really, truly believe that the main focus of a bag or a wallet that you make, you should really put thought into the pattern placement. If it's just like an accent piece or something, that's one thing. But if it's something like the main focus, sacrifice a little bit of fabric. It's definitely worth it. And then keeping in mind too where my strap connectors are going to be. I think this is good. Where's your tail? This pattern piece has just a slight angle at the top there. It can be a little bit frustrating to cut because of the way it dips in, but sometimes I will take a pen and mark it. So there's that, and I'm going to make sure I like the placement again on the back of the bag too. So I could put her right in the middle, but then the connector would cut her head off. And I don't want to do that. So if you see this spot, the pattern has this connector for the handles that you sew on. I have never actually used it. I prefer to put hidden strap connectors on this bag, so that's what we're gonna do, and I'll show you how I do that in the sewing portion. Alright, so I can put this fabric away. Truly, we are done with it. Why is this so... That's better. Okay, so those pieces are all going to need interfaced. We're going to need to cut lining of this and the other piece we already cut. Right, these are foam pieces. Alright, we're going to move to our vinyl. So I'm going to cut my handles first. So we need 2 of them, and they are 1 inch wide, so we're cutting by 4. You could make your handles bigger also. I'm doing 18-inch handles. I think it's a good size. So there are my handles. So connectors for the crossbody strap, you need to cut those. And the pattern gives you all of these measurements. Okay. Those are our vinyl measurement pieces. Now we need to cut the bottom. And the sides. So part of this I will trace with a thumb. Because you cannot get the rotary cutter into that. If you're using a cotton woven for this piece, you're going to want to interface it. And also, if you're using a vinyl that you would normally interface because it isn't very thick, also go ahead and interface it. Apparently I didn't cut the greatest, but then if you're using woven on this part, you can fuse the foam to it, but if you're using vinyl like I am, we're just going to baste the foam on. cut a lining piece with this too. Well, two of them. And there are markings that I should transfer to these pieces because I always forget, and at the very end, yeah, but I think, yeah, they're just a ½ inch. We can measure them. Nope. There it is. I think we're done with our vinyl. Okay, so we have our bottom, our two sides, our handles, our crossbody strap connectors, our main panels, our crossbody strap, and the side pockets. Now we're going to cut the lining. Okay, so from the lining, we need our bottom panel, okay, we're done with the bottom panel piece now. We need two of the side panel. There's one. There's two, and then we're done with that piece. Alright, two of the side pockets. There's one. Trying to use my fabric as best as I can. This is a weird shaped piece. There's two, and then we are done with that piece. Now we need to cut two of the main panels. down, flip it, and you can use the fabric better. So I really enjoy making my pockets a different color so that it stands out. So I'm going to grab some gold. Yeah, we're done with that piece also now. Okay. So we're gonna do 2 8-inch pockets. I'm gonna square this fabric up real quick. Okay. So I need 4 9x7 pieces. Pretty much just gonna cut 7-inch strip and then cut it down from there. Oops, cut into my fabric. It's fine. Just pockets. There are our pocket pieces. We need to cut our interfacing. And the first one we're going to cut is the bottom stabilizer. And this measurement again is in the pattern. I'm using Decaville Heavy for this piece. That'll get fused to the bottom panel. Okay, when I said we were done with some pattern pieces, I forgot about interfacing. Sorry. Okay, so we need 2 of our main panel piece. And if you don't cut the interfacing completely accurate, you can trim it down, which is what I do a lot after I have fused the fabric to it. It all kind of shifts a little bit anyways, so no big deal. I have also batch interfaced before, where I just put all the fabric onto the interfacing and pressed. Okay. Our side panel, we don't need interfacing because we did it in vinyl, so we need 2 of our side pocket pieces. And then that's all we'll do from this interfacing. there's 2. Okay, now we need foam. So I like to use the one side fusible foam. You don't have to, it's up to you. I do like fusing it to the main panel, and then I'll baste it to this side panel if I'm using vinyl, or I will actually fuse it if I'm using cotton. Words are really hard. Alright, we're going to do the V again. I'm going to switch to my bigger rotary cutter. Sometimes you gotta use the big heavy equipment. Kidding, I probably should have been using this anyways. Okay, and then this is another piece where you can just trim it after you baste, which is what I'm going to do for those curves. Okay, so there's that. Actually, okay, I am going to cut this part because it actually goes down lower than the pattern piece that we're basting it to. Sorry. Just struggling. We're almost done. Okay, done with that piece. Now we just need 2 of this, and I am going to mark these corners and cut them with scissors. Alright, there's one. Here's 2. So I'm going to fire up the heat press in a second. We'll go over the pieces first, just to make sure we have them all. Okay, so we have our foam, our woven interfacing, and our woven for our front panels, so that'll all get interfaced. Oh, you know what, I do need to cut a strip for this, but it's just the rectangle, so I'll do that off camera while the heat press warms up. Okay. Oh, and we have our main panel lining pieces. We have our 4 pieces for our zipper pockets. Okay. Here's our side panels. So again, we're going to line this up. Yeah, so it goes down. The foam doesn't go all the way up here. We're going to baste those. And then here's our side pockets. Need to interface those. There's the lining pieces for the side panels. Here's the lining pieces for our side pockets. We have our base with the stabilizer and the lining, our handles, and our side connectors. Okay, I'm going to warm up the heat press and I'm going to cut the lovely strip of interfacing. Then I'll show you how I fuse it, and that'll be it for this portion. So for the Annette handbag, if you're making a crossbody version, you're going to need 2 1-inch clips, a 1-inch slide adjuster. I like to use 2 3/4 inch D-rings for the strap connectors. The way I'm making it, I need 4 1-inch rectangle rings. I believe the pattern tells you that too if you're using the connector in it. And then optional but suggested is 5 purse feet. Okay, we're going to interface the net, and it's going to go really quick because we don't have a lot of pieces to interface. So I'm going to take my crossbody strap and start it in the back because I have a pretty big heat press. Okay, so set that there. And then since it has to be pressed a couple times, I'll just do like 1 piece at a time with it. So I press at about 325 Fahrenheit for about 20-25 seconds. Seems to be working alright. It also depends on like what interfacing you're using and your heat press, because just because I say that temperature, it also doesn't really mean that that's what it actually is. Some of them are inaccurate. So I'm just going to set this over to the side so it can cool off. Alright, line that back up again in the next section. So all we have to interface, because of the materials we're using for this specific bag, is the 2 side pockets, the 2 main panels, and the crossbody strap. And then we'll have to go back on the 2 main panels and put the foam on. You can make this bag completely in cotton. You can make it completely in vinyl. It's really up to you. You do want it to have some structure though. So the foam, I feel, for the materials I use, really matters. I wouldn't cut it out. Wow. Okay, so this is what you don't want to do. I just interfaced that to my heat press. Hopefully it'll stick the second time. Otherwise I'll have to recut it. Not the first time I've done that. Yeah, if it doesn't stick this time, that's unfortunate. It's okay though. It happens. So whenever I'm not recording a video and I'm heat pressing, I love to multitask, and I'll do anything I can do while this press is latched closed. Okay. I might have to redo it, but hopefully you won't. Okay. And then for the crossbody strap, I will trim the edges because right now the selvage is on there. And then with an iron, I will fold it in half and press it, open that up, fold the ends in so that I have a 4-layered, very long, skinny piece. I usually do that right before I make the bag. Sometimes after. Oh, also, I picked zipper tape for this. We're going to go with a light purple rainbow. I think that'll be cute. For zipper pulls, I'm going to use my normal pop tab pulls that I like to use. It's like the go-to basic zipper pull. I'll use those on the inside for the pockets, and then on the outside I have pastel and lantern pulls. I'm gonna have to ask my friend which she prefers, because I feel like the lantern would go so well with this, but her daughter is obsessed with pastel, so I might need to do that. I have a feeling she'll tell me pastel. Okay, for the foam, you're going to want to line up the bottom. At the top, the foam isn't going to go all the way, so line it up to the bottom. And then we're almost done. Just have to press, oh, we have to put the stabilizer on the bottom. Then we'll be done after the foam. Okay, the foam gets a little funny, so just let it cool down. It also smells kind of weird. Only when it's heated up. I always forget what it smells like, and then when I smell it again, I'm like, oh, yep, that's the foam. Is that weird? I don't know. Just also trying to find things to talk about while these press. Okay. Where is my piece? There it is. Oh no. What happened? This rippled. I feel like that did too. Okay, I'm going to press these from the back too. For some reason, that rippled. I haven't had that happen before. Some people don't like fusing the foam. Because of weird reasons like that. That is the first time I've ever ran into that. I'm hoping it kind of just sets itself. Alright, so when I'm using Decaville Heavy or Decaville Light, I put it up to the plate to warm it up, and that gets the adhesive a little tacky. And then I don't actually lock my press closed on these. I'll leave it down and then kind of just check on it again. You don't want to leave the vinyl under for a long time. So it's on there, it's good. We are done interfacing. I hope you'll join me for the sewing video once that gets released shortly after this one. If you have any questions about cutting out the Annette, drop me a comment. I can't wait to see some other Annettes. It is an old pattern, but it's so good. Let me know if you've made it. Have a great day.